The first civilizations were built near rivers, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and even China. The waters flowing through the rivers give the people their needs as basic as food, not only the fish, but also to water the crops and to provide minerals for their soil. They use the water for drinking and washing, for transportation, and also as a natural defense line against the enemies. In our gospel today, our Lord speaks to us about the water that nourishes our soul. The human nature he assumed made him feel the thirst, and so he asked this Samaritan woman for water. And our Lord turned this to an opportunity to proclaim the kingdom of God by offering the woman the living water. Saint Thomas Aquinas says that the water signifies grace. First, grace is called water because it cleanses, as in the book of Ezekiel says, I will pour clean water upon you, and you will be cleansed from all your uncleanness. Second, grace is called water because it brings a refreshing relief from the heat of temptations. As in the book of Sychar says, water quenches a flaming fire. As the heat of the summer, the pain of colds and flu is relieved by drinking water, so also we can overcome temptation through the grace of God. Third, grace is called water because it satisfies our desires. As in the book of Isaiah says, come to the waters, all you who thirst. And this satisfaction does not last only for a day, but brings us to our heavenly home, where our thirst for God shall be forever quenched. The first inflow of these graces came to each one of us through our baptism by the water poured out upon us, as the priest says the formula, and then we are born again of water and spirit. It is beautiful to realize the symbolism of water in baptism. First, it is a sign of our birth into the divine life, as our first birth took place in water, or if you want it to be explained scientifically, it is the bag of waters or the amniotic sac, the membrane or the bag filled with fluid that surrounds the infant, the baby, in the uterus during the pregnancy. And when the water breaks and the giving birth begins. And also water is transparent. It is receptive of light. Just as in baptism, we are also illumined with the light of faith. As the water cleanses, so also the baptismal water cleanses us of our sins, and it is not a mere symbolism, but an effective sign. Through the waters of baptism, we are truly cleansed of our sins and brought to a new life as children of God. We have to develop the grace that we have received in baptism, for the grace that we receive is the divine life, which our Lord compares to seed, to a grain of mustard that grows into a big tree. Then how we can make this seed of divine life grow in us? By watering it with the graces that we receive in the sacraments, as in the Eucharist and confession, and add this up with the practice of theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity. However, it is a pity that some chose to be born again not in the way Jesus wants them to be, but according to their own way, to their caprices, to their own interpretation of the Bible. As in the book of Jeremiah, they are those who have dug themselves cisterns, broken cisterns or well, that cannot hold water. And then this water, polluted water, is sold with fake labels saying that they came from Christ, offering an instant solution to the problems, instant conversion, but only in the emotional level. Those whom they have misled are brought away from the fount of the living water, which is Jesus Christ, and from the church he founded. Let us resolve to imitate Jesus and bring others to drink from the springs of the living water, and help those who have gone away to return to him. Our Lord gives us the best water, for it takes away thirst much more than does that natural water. He does not satisfy our thirst now, but for eternity. May Mary, mediatrix of all graces, help us satisfy our thirst for God, for the living God.